Hello again, everybody, and welcome to this week's MPTV Coaches Show. Ryan Lindley, Brian Dieters. And, in the open, you saw something that I'm pretty excited about because that was the last game of our 7th grade baseball season to go undefeated.
What a tremendous opportunity for your kids to get that last play there. Why don't you talk a little bit about that and the overall season going undefeated? Your first time back in middle school time frame for a while.
Yeah, it's been 12 years since I last spent any time coaching at junior high level. So, it was really exciting. It was a great way to get back into it, obviously. Season was awesome, undefeated year, but you said it, right? Like that last one, bottom of the 7th inning, we're trailing 2-1. We got 2 outs, nobody on base. We had a guy, it was kind of wild. We had a guy thrown out at third, and somebody asked me yesterday, were you nervous in the 7th inning? I was like, honestly, not until we had a guy thrown out at third for the second out,
right,
and there was nobody on base. I'm like, it's been a heck of a year, but we might not finish with that 0 in the loss column.
Yeah.
Then we got a walk and a hit by pitch, and then what you saw in the opening, Fletcher Spangler comes up with a double into the gap, and he had been swinging it well. He had lined out to the shortstop his last at bat, and I kind of told him, hey, you're doing things the right way. Something good's going to happen for you. And it was good. Something good happened for all of us.
That's so great.
Yeah.
That's great. Congratulations on an awesome undefeated season.
Yes, thank you.
It hasn't happened very much.
No, it has not. I think Mr. Carter told me less than 10 times in the history of the junior high any program has gone undefeated. So excited about that.
For sure.
8th grade baseball is also still unbeaten. They've still got those 2 ties, which are kind of awkward there, but they still got. But they're going to hit. They do get. 7th grade does not get a postseason in baseball. 8th grade does, so they'll start postseason next week. And so right now, junior high baseball between 7th and 8th grade has 30 wins without a loss and 2 ties, which we always joke about. But thank you.
The future is bright for you in your new position here.
Yeah.
In the course of the next couple of years.
Yeah, fired up about that. And then one thing that's been cool, we just do this before we talk about what's behind us here, which is a very successful girls volleyball. With the baseball program, we've also had a number of high school guys commit to play at the next level, and I'm really excited about that. Colin Burns is going to McHenry, and then Cam Crawford's going to Jefferson College, and I had a chance to catch up with Cam, and he talked a little bit about that commitment. So let's go ahead.
Right. Talking to Cam Crawford, who just made his college commitment. So Cam, first of all, where are you going to go?
I'm attending Jefferson College in Hillsborough, Missouri.
And what stood out to you? Why Jefferson College?
Well, I had great talks with both the coaches there, and I thought it was really impressive. And overall, their team success is really good, so it looked like a really good place for me to go. And their ability to send people to play on 4-year universities was really good. So that was probably the deciding factor for me.
Awesome. And then obviously, you're sitting here, senior year, you've made the college commitment, but we've got a lot of guys, and even, all sports, I guess, all of our student athletes start thinking about playing college sports. If you're talking to like a junior high kid or something like that, what would be the advice that you'd give them?
I would say just work hard every day, and you gotta love it. If you're gonna play college baseball, you gotta love baseball. So I would just say you gotta have a love for the game. You gotta work hard every day, and also on the flip side, you gotta stay strong with your academics too. So that would be the advice I would have for somebody aspiring to play college baseball.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, so again, sending guys to the next level. We're excited about that, and we're excited, obviously, to see what, like we said, baseball-wise, see what 8th grade does. But continuing with great success. Volleyball's behind us. They just can't lose.
Yeah.
Talk about another team that doesn't lose.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. But you were saying it before, just very, very experienced team, but still kind of funny, like very experienced team, but yet mostly juniors, and just a lot of great athletes.
Yeah, we have alluded to that before on this show a couple of episodes ago. Just that junior class of female athletes, there are undeniably just a handful of excellent athletes at all sports, and obviously that's translating to the volleyball court right now with the success that they've had. So, and they're obviously very well coached with their runs in the last couple of years and their state appearances. So we're excited to see, obviously, what mid to late September and October
Yeah.
have for these ladies.
Yeah, they had a dominant win over Richwoods, which is what is playing behind us. And obviously, as they continue to get into conference play, one thing we've talked about in the past, in previous years on the show, is the Mid-Illini is a very strong volleyball conference, which I do think is part of why we're successful in the postseason, is that we challenge ourselves in our conference play as well.
That makes perfect sense. If you're playing tough teams throughout, then at the end of the year, you're ready, you're proven, you're confident that you can take on anybody, and I think that it's going to be no different this year.
Absolutely. You're speaking of our junior athletes, especially our female athletes. One of those is Peyton Hayes. We're talking golf a little bit. Peyton also a great big basketball
right,
player,
yeah.
but on the girls' golf side, girls' golf continues to roll, and Peyton in their last time out had a PR, shot 36 on 9 holes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So
do we know the course by chance?
it was at home, so it's Pine Lakes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pine Lakes.
Yeah. So I mean, both girls golf obviously doing great there, and then boys golf, continuing to obviously be very solid as well.
Absolutely, particularly when you talk about Chase and Adams
Yeah.
as the two guys who are really getting low scores. But I know they have a freshman that's up there playing well. And so, yeah, obviously the golf teams continue to do what's expected of them, really,
Yeah.
quite honestly.
Yeah, and that's it. And again, also excited as they get into that, late September, October, and get in. We don't want to jump to the end of the year, but
No,
I feel like there's a
we're
lot
just-
of postseason.
this is Pumpkin Festival.
Yeah, that's right. You wore your orange.
Sporting the orange, yeah.
I'm going to be thrown out of Morton, I think, because I didn't have my
Full
orange.
disclosure, he was the only teacher on this floor who didn't wear orange today.
I mean, that
He's
is
been getting razzed just a tad.
Just a tad. But I don't think they'll throw me out. But again, luckily we don't do polls on the show to decide.
That's
Like,
fair.
I might wear orange tomorrow, but nobody will see it. Well, you guys will, but our viewers won't.
There you go.
So I mean, let's just kind of go back to a sport that, as we always say, a lot about, a lot more than me anyway, is the soccer side of things. I mean, they've been doing well. They were a little disappointed in last night's game. It ended in a tie.
Yeah.
And just kind of, again, the ties are more common in soccer, though, so it's not as awkward as like we talk about those baseball ties.
Well, yeah, it's a hard game to score in. It's a defensive-oriented game. It's difficult. It's a game I've been involved with for the vast majority of my life, for a very long time. And so, yeah, there's really nothing wrong with getting a tie or a draw through the season. It's one, though, that's a little frustrating. I think I was talking with Keegan Berkey and Dane Klopfenstein earlier today, who are both varsity sophomores on that team. And they just had that sense of there are ties in soccer that sometimes feel like a win and sometimes feel like a loss. And I think this was more in that latter category because there was that expectation to take care of business to Metamora, which is, I think, an opponent that objectively isn't at the same level of talent as our guys. But that's the way it goes. And, you have to just keep moving forward. And all in all, they've had an outstanding start to the year. They did very well in our tournament. We've had this tournament out here at McClellan Park for 24 years now. We started it back in 2001, always bringing great competition from really around the Midwest, and that was no different this year. So the guys went 1-1-1, which is a very reputable, solid result in those 3 games. And I think right now they're sitting here as we move on into this week with maybe they're 5-1-2 maybe, or something like that, or 6-1-2. So their record's strong and they're building their confidence.
Yeah, love it. And then obviously we just talk a little bit about tennis. I mean, they've had a couple additional meets. I mean, Chloe Kendall, who went to state last year, continues to perform really well. Yeah. And again, we've kind of, I think we've talked about this in the past too. Tennis and golf, the seasons move quick. I mean,
right.
So you want to be getting into rhythm right about now, even though it seems like really early. We're in week 3 of football. We'll talk about that here in a second. But if you're a tennis player or a golf player, it's important to kind of get it going early.
Yeah, right. I mean, we're pushed into the middle of September. Really, in about a month, we're looking at the postseason for those teams. And so you're absolutely right. So we're obviously happy to see the success continuing on here.
Yeah, and then we'll close this week with a little football talk. They got a solid win at Marion Catholic, and it's important. We've talked about that. It's important to go 2-0 in non-conference because it makes it easier. The path to the playoffs gets easier. It doesn't guarantee anything, but the path gets easier. Canton this week, it is on the road. It's a game I certainly think we're favored in.
Right. It's never easy to get on the bus for over an hour. Fulton County is pretty far away from here. And there is that kind of element of just kind of being more removed, and sometimes Canton can really show up on their home turf. But you're right. It should be a game that our guys should handle. And, obviously that would get us to 3-0 with a third of the season under our belt with 3 wins, and then you're really looking at having to get 2 more realistically to get into the playoffs, but 1 at a time, of
Yeah,
course.
absolutely. 1-0 each week. And so we'll wrap it up here for this week. So for Brian Dieters, I'm Ryan Lindley. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.